Welcome and namaste to my modern healing sanctuary. My name is Vanessa and you want to stay today on the video if you are a life path 8 or you have an 8 in your birthday number and you are curious with who do you match in love, who is designed for you, with who do you work well in a relationship, and I'm releasing all the secrets about the 8 in relationships. As well, the video can be interesting for you if you are in a relationship with an 8 or if you're dating an 8. So let me know in the comments down below where you are at, if you're an 8, have an 8 in your birthday, or if you're dating an 8. I'm really curious about that. So yes, what is my channel about and why should you stay on here? Because I help you with the numbers, with numerology, with bodywork to create healthy relationships. And we start first with ourselves, so working on a healthy relationship to yourself. And then we are working as well on relationships with others, so that relationships are finally uplifting and accelerating your life instead of making you feel sad or dragging you down and leading you off your life path. And so this is why I'm so excited about this video, to tell you with who the number 8 matches really well in love. Because I feel like it is important that we create uplifting and thriving relationships. And therefore it is really important that our shared values and relationships go together, that we have a shared vision as a couple, and that we picture our life in a certain way and we come together, and therefore certain numbers go better together in my opinion, and therefore others not. But I want to say as well, this is all from my lens, from my experience, from the knowledge I get out of my readings. If you don't resonate with it, then it's not for you. So for who is that video interesting? As I said, if you're a life path 8, if that is your essence, it could be a 35-8, you could be a 44-8, or whatever number comes out for you. Let me know what life path 8 you are when you are watching the video right now. And as well, the video is very beneficial for you to watch if you have an 8 in your birthday, because your birthday represents your personal qualities, and therefore the 8 has a strong influence on the way how you relate with others, how do you create love relationships. Before I share the knowledge with you, what I think about with who the number 8 is very well compatible, I'm going to share the basic facts about the energy of the number 8. So the number 8 stands for deep focus, for transformation, for power, for goal orientation, dedication. So the number 8 loves to learn, loves to study, and the number 8 is a very focused number. They work for their goals and they love the material things, so as well they always make sure that they have somehow a material outcome, and then they share their resources with others. So it's not all about them. They're very generous and giving people when the 8 is balancedly lived. But as well, the 8 has some shadow sides. If the 8 is in their shadows, the 8 can be controlling, can be raging out, anger, and these are things which affect especially as well relationships. And this is why it's so important to see the 8, in which state is the number 8 right now in the relationship. So if you really want to know it all, to know it concretely for you and for your chart, I highly recommend you book a numerology reading with me to dive deeper and to really get it out for you. This is only a general video, and I have no clue about your concrete chart. So please forgive me if I don't say anything right and not everything resonates with with you personally. So, as I said, the 8 is all about power. Power players are the number 8. So, in my opinion, the number 8, if it's really lived in their power, this number, they need a powerful partner next to them as well. Because the 8 likes to go big, they like to expand, they like to work on business, they are thriving, they are living in their power, and they need someone on their side who supports them in that, who understands the same thrive for expansion, for growth, for learning. So it is really important to have a partner who understands that and who is as well a big personality next to the number 8. And the 8 is a very magical number when you are then with the number 8, because the number 8 loves to share their resources with you. And even if you feel like you're maybe with an 8 but you're not financially on the same level like the 8, I don't refer big personalities or successful people with money. It is more about how do you live your true soul purpose, so you can be a very successful mother, you can be a very successful caring father if you're with a woman as an 8. So it doesn't matter, but it needs to be someone who can spend time alone, who values time alone, because the 8 does that. The 8 is not a person who's constantly around you, probably, because when they are deep in their projects, you maybe don't see them for a while. So the 8 needs a strong person who can hold themselves well and who is not needy and not dependent on the 8. But if the 8 is not lived that developed, as the 8 has a strong desire to control others, the 8 can be controlling in relationships. So it can happen that the 8 attracts people when it's not fully balancedly lived or fully in alignment, who are dependent on them, because then they have the control over the partner, and this is what they like. They like to have the power and they like to have the control. So this can happen because of their desire for domination and control. And what are the lessons for the number 8 in relationships to learn? The 8 really has to learn to verbalize their emotions, to speak them out, to share them with their partner, because the 8 goes so deep within that they often forget to share their insights with their partner, or not forget, they feel like it's so deep that the partner cannot even understand. But that is very judgmental, because how can you know that your partner doesn't understand when you don't share it? So 8, I invite you here to share your emotional world with your partner. Take your partner on board. See your partner as an equal. See your partner as strong enough to hold the truth. Your partner is strong. And as well, number 8, even if you're in your money-making manifestations mode and you're diving deep into your project, take time for your partner, because you cannot make everything just solve every problem or everything with nice gifts, trips, dinners. No, it is your time which is so value, and that is what you need to understand. Give your partner value and give your partner confirmation that you are in the relationship, that you love and that you admire your partner. Show this affection, even you are busy, but yeah, express that love verbally, and as well take some time which you spend consciously only with your partner, and that will make your relationship thrive a lot. So let's see what other topics could come up for 8 in relationship. So it could be that the 8 gets so blind and doesn't even see when the partner is distancing themselves from the 8, because the 8 is so deeply in their own world. So here, number 8, really communicate with your partner, learn to be present, and don't take your partner for granted at all. The 8 is very giving in relationships, a very beautiful thing. They take care, they love to share their resources they're gaining with their partner. Yes, they often maybe seem serious, so the 8 can come off in a relationship they don't really care, but they do. It's a very sensitive and deep number, as I said, and the 8 cares, but it doesn't show it necessarily with a facial expression. So really here as well, the calling 8, communicate, open up, share vulnerable what's going on with inside you. How should your partner other than that know? Yes, that are the main learning lessons, and now I want to share with you the tips which life path numbers could be working well with a number 8. It definitely needs to be life path numbers which have as well a high sense of independence, so they are not needing the number 8, but they consciously decide to be together. That is really important. So a high sense of independence, and as well this like curiosity to learn is definitely in the number 7, because the number 7 is a researcher. They love to research, they need their isolation time, they need time for themselves, and as well they like the union, but as well the 7 decides consciously to be in a relationship. They are not desperate for a relationship. So the number 7 and the number 8 go, in my sense, very well together as a frequency. It is a frequency of the number 6 of the Kappa frequency. So you can check out my video about the Kappa frequencies if you're curious about that. And as well, I would say the number 8 can go really well together with a number 6, because a number 6 is very nurturing, loving, caring, loves to bring people together, loves to share, and it's all about family. So I see the number 6 and the number 8 can go really well together, because it could be that one person, the number 6, takes care of family, home issues, and the number 8 takes care of building a business empire and building that. And if you co-create in that sense in a relationship, that is very, very beautiful. And I don't mean that the man is the number 8. It can be as well that the woman is the number 8 and the man is the 6 frequency. And that would be a beautiful, beautiful couple, in my opinion. And as well, I would see who has a strong sense for independence is the number 3, which embodies the inner child energy, playful communication. They love to take adventures, and the only struggle I see with the 3 and the 8, which can come up, that the 3 needs a lot of words of affirmation, a lot of excitement in the relationship. And if the 8 is not present, it could be that the 3 maybe is looking for another partner or another more exciting opportunity. So the 3 definitely needs the excitement in the relationship, and it could get maybe a little bit too boring for the number 8, because the number 8 sometimes has a very strict sense, strict with traditions and with family. And that's not really what is the 3 about. The 3 is more really the free spirit energy. So the 8 loves control and power and its sense of freedom in a way, but the 3 has a different adventurous energy, like more the child energy. And if the 3 is not stimulated by the 8 anymore, it doesn't go really well together. So I see as well the 3 and the 5 could go very well, because the 5 is a Leo energy, shining, charismatic, likes to take risks, and really, moving forward, a very sensitive number as well as the number 5. Yeah, the number 5 in general is a little bit hard to pin down. Let me know if a 5 is listening here. Most likely 5s are busy with something else. So yeah, it can go well from the sense of freedom, I would say, but there's no guarantee at all, and it's always a conscious choice with who do I want to be, how do we want to create a life together. Maybe if the 8 says, oh, I'm creating this new business in the next 3 months, and the 5 says, okay, I'm going to travel in the next 3 months. So they can come very well together because they don't necessarily need then the other person around. So that could be a very good cooperation in a relationship. Then from my opinion, but I'm curious if you have any thoughts about that, the 8 and the 2 could be maybe too much from the 2. The 2 is really about the union, needs a lot of time with the partner, sees themselves often only through the partner, their own personality. So maybe that could be less time the 8 can spend in the relationship with the number 2. If the 8 is really living their purpose, if the 8 is living more like in a low frequency, it could work, because then the 8 can have the control over the 2 in the relationship, but it would be more, in my opinion, probably a codependent relationship, because the 2 tends to go into dependent relationship patterns. The 8 and the 1, I think that could be a beautiful combination, because the 1 stands for leadership, but it could be challenging in a different form, because the 1 is as well a big personality, has a big ego, and wants to have the things done the way it wants to have it done. So there could be power struggles in that relationship, to be honest. They could clashing together because when 2 big personalities come together. So especially when you're an 11 and an 8, I think it can work if both are really developedly lived, and setting their egos aside, it can be a beautiful, beautiful partnership. But I see the struggle that it could be clashing egos at each other and power fights. But if they're both balanced and lived, I think that can be a beautiful, beautiful combination. Who else? The 8 and the 4. The 4 is all about stability, nurturing, going step by step, building and nurturing step by step. So even so, I think the 4 and the 8 could work really well together, because the 8 has a high manifestation power, goal-oriented, managing CEO qualities, and the 8 could manage the 4 really well. So if you're a couple who wants to work together, that could be a beautiful combination, because the 8 can lead the 4 and gives the plan, and the 4 is really good at executing the plan. Relationship-wise, I think it can work as well really well, but only if the 8 really takes enough time for the relationship, because for the 4, family and togetherness is really important, and as well sharing emotions. The emotional world is really important to the number 4. Okay, I'm coming now. I feel like I go through each and every number, which is exciting, and I'm coming to the number 9. So the number 9 and the 8, hard to say for me right now, how they would go together. So the number 9 is all about higher principle, a very sometimes restless energy, a lot of stimulation in the mind, genius ideas, can bring really big things into the world. They don't like limits at all. So if the 8 is in their controlling mode, I think it could be a little bit complicated, because the 9 would feel trapped. They would feel like limited in the relationship, what they really don't like at all. But if the 8 is in their balance and accepting a partner next to them, that could be a beautiful relationship, because they work on something higher together, on after higher principles. Yes, that was a short wrap up with the life path numbers, how I would see the 8 could go very well together. Let me know when you're an 8 in a relationship or dating someone, which life path number you are dating. That's really interesting for me to hear. Definitely check out my couple frequency video here on YouTube. And if you really want to get deeper, and if you're still feeling like a little bit confused, like with who do I go together, you can book a numerology reading with me in person, where I tell you personally with who you match perfectly, and how you can manifest your soulmate. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I wish you a beautiful day.